How Stoicism can transform your life. If you could improvise every day and always do the right thing, and if life never tempted you, it would be amazing. However, that is not how the world is. We ultimately make mistakes or do things that we later come to regret. While Stoicism is a philosophy and principle, it is a set of guidelines for daily life. The Stoics developed rules to assist us stay on the correct road because they thought life was complex and full of experiences that would test us. To become the best version of myself, I'm going to discuss 11 historical guidelines in this video. The Stoic philosophers established these 11 guidelines more than 2,000 years ago, and they have benefited countless individuals over time. To apply all of the principles to your life, I encourage you to read through to the conclusion. To assist me continue spreading this mindset, I would appreciate it if you liked the video before we start. To ensure you don't miss any videos, I advise you to subscribe and turn on the bell if you haven't already. The first rule: master the mornings. A conversation Marcus Aurelius had with himself at the start of Book 5 is among the highlights of Meditations. He wants to stay under the warm covers as much as possible, but he knows he must get out of bed. It's remarkable, yet it's also simple to understand. Marcus Aurelius wasn't required to do anything, therefore he didn't have to get out of bed. Before him, other emperors had assigned the duties of governance to people who were just interested in living in luxury. Marcus Aurelius, however, recognized that winning the morning was the key to winning the day and winning in life. Therefore, he forced himself to resist these temptations and finish his responsibilities very early in the morning. Although he would not have heard the saying, "The early bird catches the worm," he was well aware that a fruitful day got off to a good start. To have a productive morning, I do the following 3 things. First, keep a journal. As soon as I get up, I jot down my daily tasks and a brief comment on the day before, noting both my successes and failures to help me identify areas for improvement. I can develop the habit of reflecting on my life every morning by keeping a journal. It serves as a reminder to me of my responsibilities and appropriate behavior. Engage in athletic activities. Playing sports means getting active, but it doesn't have to entail playing them hard. Whatever you choose to do, as long as it involves physical activity, you can go for a run, a walk, or the gym. It will rouse you, calm your thoughts, and prepare you for the third action. Pay attention to your work. I am prepared to concentrate on the task at hand after completing the first 2 steps. The second rule is to concentrate on what you can manage. Focusing on the things we can control and letting go of the things we cannot is something that the Stoics strongly advocate. You will be far more practical and spend less time worrying about things that don't deserve it if you understand this. Once you realize this, you will be able to avoid a lot of circumstances that cause you to feel frustrated and suffer, and you will know what is important to concentrate on to reach your personal goals. Sports are a prime example. You have control over your performance, but not over whether you win, whether your opponent treats you with respect, or whether the public supports you. You will most likely do better once you recognize this and begin concentrating on your game rather than other people. Apply the same principle to every circumstance in your life. The third rule is to avoid suffering over hypothetical issues. Uncertainty in life will lead to thoughts that will cause us to suffer. This is quite typical, yet if we consider it carefully, the majority of the bad scenarios we envision never come to pass. Seneca once said, "We suffer more from imagination than from reality, and we are more frightened than hurt." Likely, the negative scenario you envision for yourself won't come to pass if you try to remain composed and concentrate on the here and now. The fourth rule is to treat failure and prosperity equally. According to Marcus Aurelius, all men are like rocks, which is an intriguing metaphor. I gain nothing going up, and I lose nothing going down, he would add, tossing the rock into the air. The rock is still the same. You are the same person whether the day begins with a promotion or concludes with a layoff. In actuality, bad experiences in life typically teach us a lot, making them even more beneficial than good ones. You should be thankful for anything that occurs to you, whether it is good or terrible, because you remain the same and may learn from any circumstance. The fifth rule is to do one thing each day. It is not appropriate to take this guideline literally. I mean 2 circumstances when I say, do one thing every day. The first is for those who don't have any goals in life. It's crucial to concentrate on achieving one objective every day, no matter how minor. Without objectives, a potentially remarkable life becomes a mediocre one. The second is for those with a lot of objectives. While having lofty goals is admirable, keep your attention on the here and now. Concentrating on too many things at once can cause you to lose sight of what matters most. I encourage you to use this rule to strive to accomplish at least one objective you set for yourself each day. Please make an effort to achieve it, regardless of how simple or complex it is. The sixth rule is to avoid taking the easy route. Keep in mind that there is never a simple method to do anything you wish to do. Worthwhile things in life require work to accomplish. If you read the biography of someone you think is successful, you will realize that their accomplishments are all the result of perseverance and hard effort. That is the secret to his or her success. Challenges help you grow as a person. They force you to grow from your errors and motivate you to keep going. Your willingness to put in effort and make sacrifices is what separates people who do great things from those who don't. Few people consistently accomplish their goals because anyone can take the easy route. Rule 7. Consider whether it is required. Think about what you do in life for a moment. Is what I am doing necessary? Ask yourself. You'll see how much time we squander on things that don't truly add value to our lives, and how many things we do and desire that are completely unnecessary. How can we determine whether our actions are required? Consider the reasons behind your actions. Look for something worthwhile, a good purpose. Your actions are pointless if you can't locate that worthwhile reason. The eighth rule is to love your fate. The truth of life is that things don't always work out the way we want them to. Fortune behaves as it pleases, as Seneca once stated. That was demonstrated by his own life. His political career was halted by health issues, and he was exiled by an emperor. He was able to come back, but the same thing happened to him once more. Seneca had little or no control over it. He had complete control over how he chose to interpret those occurrences and what he chose to do with them. He decided to utilize them since he saw them as beneficial. You will experience both good and negative things in life. It is up to you to choose how to respond to them, whether that means finding the good in every situation or living in perpetual regret. Talk to death is the ninth rule. After losing all of his fortune, Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, went to the oracle to get ideas for his future. He was advised by the oracle to lead a virtuous life and to speak with the dead. By inviting Zeno to read the writings of the philosophers who had come before him, the oracle was alluding to reading. Reading is an amazing tool. It allows you to read what people thousands of years ago were thinking and feeling. In our modern world, we are constantly searching for the newest things, which causes us to lose sight of the past. While there is nothing wrong with the new items that are coming out, we must remember that books contain a wealth of important information. We can communicate with the brightest minds in history who can provide us with guidance and